It's Saturday, August 3rd, 2024. Well, this is an unscheduled visit to my yet unfenced out yard. And that's because I got copious amounts of video from last night as a bear snooping around here. Now, the bear didn't really do a lot of damage, but way too much interest in these hives for my comfort. The only thing that the bear did was on the back of some of these boxes. You may remember way back I did a polystyrene experiment. There's a couple here. So on two of these, the bear ripped the polystyrene off of there and smashed it up and went and chewed on it in the bush, etc., etc. So no big deal. And down at the end, right on the corner, they took a lid off and dropped it on the ground. Now, I'm thankful that the timing worked out. At about 2 a.m. There was a big rainstorm here, quite violent actually. The power went out at home for a bit, and the bear showed up here, was here from 3 to 3:30. Now, it did rain a little bit. There was a little bit of water on that lid on the ground, but the bees seemed to be okay. They're pretty resilient that way. So I didn't really feel like, here's some irony. You know, I can then run to town, spend a bunch of money, buy fencing stuff, and put up a fence. I don't really want to go through all that expense right now. What I did do was I phoned the conservation office here. They have a very convenient tip line. It's a toll-free number I can call. And of course, the person you talk to doesn't know anything. They just take the message and pass it on. But it's a one-stop shop number, right? So I talked to them, and within 10 minutes, my phone rang. And this is very nice and helpful conservation officer. Took my information, and he said, yeah, that sounds like a reason to come and attempt to trap this bear. So he came and set up this trap. So I was watching him set the trap and looking at what he was using for bait. And I think they use a real variety of different things. But so what did he do? He had a bag of old stale buns that I guess he got from the garbage at the bakery. He had a little container of molasses, something sweet, right? And he had a couple of cans of sardines, something smelly and yummy. And what else did he have? He had some Aunt Jemima pancake syrup that he kind of made a trail in there, dumped some in there and out on the ground and whatnot, just to attract the bear. So anyway, kind of comical. All the things that I would like to eat. So I'm trying to avoid getting caught in the trap, because that would be bad. So now that that's done, I'm going to head home and resume putting together those, what do I call them? They're Carrie's little nucs that she sent along. Some of them ain't so little, so I need to get at this and get them put into 6-frame equipment and make them go. So that's what I'm working at again today. And it's not nearly as hot a day, so that'll be a lot more pleasant, and I should be able to put in a few more hours than I have been. So I'll show you about that when I get to it. Thanks for watching. Back in the home yard, and I must say today is a far more pleasant day weather-wise to work outside than I've had in a long time. Now, I'm not complaining about the warm weather, because winter comes regardless, and I'm not a fan of winter either. But regardless, the fact is it's hard to work outside when it's so incredibly hot and humid. Humidity is down today, and temperature is down too. We're looking at, I think, 22, 23 C right now. There's a bit of a north breeze, a good little north breeze. I wouldn't say it's windy, but definitely it's consistent and enough to keep me well cooled off. I'm very thankful for that. I'm back at these little 4s. I'm going to get some boxes put on this 3-way pallet and keep transferring. This is not very interesting stuff, but that is what I'm doing. So these are turning out pretty good. There's some of them they're really packed out. Some of them aren't so much. And you know, one of the things that I have to take into account and do along the way is I have to take care of the ones that didn't take. And so what that means is, you know, there's 4 frames in that box, and when I'm transferring that, then I have to, if there's 4 frames in there that didn't take, I have to disperse that somewhere. There's probably some brood and some bees there too, so I have to disperse that. You've seen me shake things out too, and that's fine. Talking to Ian this morning, and the guy's got it worked out. Sometimes he's really, really brilliant about this. He said that what they do is they usually have about 25% of these that don't work. So they put 1 frame of foundation in each one. So what that means is, actually I think they do this with the 5 framers that he has. So he'll have 4 frames of drawn, you know, and brood and feed, stuff like that. And then a frame of foundation, which is really nothing. It doesn't have to go anywhere. It can go in storage. So I think what he said was they have about 25% that don't make it. So for every 4 of these that make it, there's 1 that doesn't. So he ends up with 4 frames from the one that doesn't make it, that then he can take the foundation out of the ones that did make it, free up a spot, and put 1 frame from the statistical 25% that didn't make it. So therefore, there's not a big issue to be moving things around. And I guess he just moves, you know, frames and bees, and I'm always shy to do that, but I guess in certain circumstances it does work. All right, I'm gonna get the boxes on this and get to work moving these little 4s down. This one looks good. It's a medium one. There are some that are just packed right out. There's a couple of bees that just won't leave me alone. That is a 100% feed frame. This was foundation, and it's not even drawn out all the way, and she's laid eggs in it, so the girls have some work to do. Get that fixed up. There's eggs in that side too. Oh, that's a nice looking brood here. She's got as much laid up as she possibly could. Very nice. I'm so blessed to have Carrie's work in my apiary. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I need 2 more. Starting to see some yellow jackets and some small bald-faced hornets. One good sign is when it's really heavy. The other is when you can't hardly get the lid off because it's very full of honey, which is the case here. And that's why I brought my frame gripper. Feed on that side, brood on the other. Very nice. Nice brood there, and equally nice brood there. That's also laid up end to end. Beautiful. Wow, that is 100% feed. But I don't think it's pure honey, so I can't take it. I'll need to get a couple frames. It looks populous, but I don't see any eggs. It's maybe populous because of drift. It might be why. It's got a lot of bees in it. There's lots of space for eggs, but I don't see any. Okay. I'll call it a failure. I'll just leave it for now, and then we'll disperse these frames as they work. And that one's not great either. Well, it's sure laid up nice. Oh yeah, there's the queen too. Beautiful queens. Oh, they're beautiful. That's foundation. Not my favorite thing in a brood chamber. I shook those bees. You can see them climbing up the risers on the pallets. They're pretty crafty. They know how to get there. I glued the lid down on this one, so it's probably going to be a good one. Oh boy. This is one of the inherent flaws of a pro nuc. It's not a flaw either, because these are not a beehive per se. They're a transportation box. So if you leave the bees in too long, there's too much head space, and they build comb, and there's too much space along the side, and they also build comb there. So they're not meant for running bees in for an extended period, especially during honey flow. You get these things full of bees in honey flow, they're going to punish you for that. Yeah, it looks pretty good. That's 100% feed. That's full of eggs. And eggs that side. Eggs brood, a nice slab of brood on that side. Yeah, some of these are really nice. There's no sense in nursing along the poor ones, because there's a lot of really nice ones here. As beekeepers, especially newer beekeepers, and I'm still a fairly new beekeeper, we tend to want to save them all, you know.
And you have to get over that. You can't save them all, and you shouldn't save them all. Nature doesn't save them all. And I'm not saying that if nature doesn't do it, it's a rule, but in this case, I think it is. Uh-oh. Oh, they punished me. Got comb all down the side here. I think I'm gonna have to shake the bees off of this, particularly because I haven't seen the queen. Oh boy, another pile of bees here. And I need to fix that comb. Okay, best I could do. There's the queen. Oh, she's beautiful. Hey, what makes a beautiful queen? I don't know if I can show you because she's not colored right and I can't point to her. Well, she's colored right, but she looks like the rest of the bees and she looks like the comb. She's nice and plump. Nice big thorax. She's got a good length to her. But she's also got her abdomen is nice and plump. It's, I don't know how to describe it. It's just beautiful. She's not scrawny at all. She looks like a nice hefty queen. Good teeth, strong back, childbearing hips. Everything you want. Oh, nice brood. Heavy feed frame with a nice brood patch on that side. So there's a lot of them that have a sealed brood and then open cells. And what I'm looking for is I look in the open cells. If there's nothing in there, I start to question it because it could have had the, I don't know, queen die or something. But these, I'm looking at the open cells and there's either eggs or young larvae or something in them, which is really what you're looking for. Always looking for those beautiful queens too. I'd love to see those. It's always nice to know where the queen is to keep her safe. Wow. It's heavy. It's beautiful, 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 beautiful. Thanks, Carrie. Thank you so much, Ian and Carrie. Look at this. This one's chock right full of honey, right to the top. That's what the foamies do for me. That's exactly why I run them. For no other reason. Is they keep the lid from getting stuck to the comb and prevents this kind of a mess, because this is so difficult to break into. So difficult. The bees don't like to leave that honey when you smoke them. Just gotta hope the queen isn't on that first one. gripper is handy because the honey gets very slippery and drop the frames, and not only that, it make a huge mess of your hands. So I'm definitely packed out. I want to eat that honey. Wow. It was all stuck to the wall, all full of honey. Oh dear. It's leaking everywhere. Well, I just have this one left, and I don't think I have any more boxes. There's one box I can see, and that's, I mean, I could put this one in a 6-frame box, but that's one box on a pallet, and that's kind of weird. So we'll see. It's too bad I couldn't have scored another 2 boxes. But I don't have another 2 nucs to transfer even, so it doesn't matter, does it? It's alright. Sometimes it upsets my chi. It'll work. Full of brood and full of feed. Well, that's it for today. I'm so glad I got that job done. It's been weighing on my mind since I got those nucs here. I don't know, some time ago. You saw the vlog when they arrived, so you should know when they came in. And so now the next step is to just clean up the apiary. See, there's leaving some lids there, they're blowing around. But yeah, oh boy. I was actually given a thought to harvesting some honey this week, but I don't know if that'll happen or not. It might. We'll see. Thanks for watching. Take care and have fun. It's Wednesday, August 7th, 2024. And how the weather has changed. The apiary is quiet. The temperature is only 18 C. It's about 3 in the afternoon right now. And it's got me a little concerned about trying to pull honey anytime soon. Now, I have a rough plan to pull honey to set escapes next week. And so that would put honey pull into late next week, early following, you know, depending on how it goes. I don't have enough escapes for everything. So I have to set escapes, wait a few days, pull some escapes, and then set some more. Every year I say, I need to build more escapes, and every year I don't build more escapes. So is that the definition of crazy? It might be. So I'm just out here today getting some bees. My regional association is having an event, and they asked if they could use my observation hive, and I agreed, of course. And so they want to pick it up tomorrow morning. So I thought I better get out here and load that hive up. You can see it's sunny, but this is the nicest it's been yet today. It's not been warm, it's a little breezy, and the bees are certainly not in a mood to be trifled with right now. So let me show you this hive, and I've already loaded it up, so I'll show you this thing. Now, I built this a few years ago, and I have it on this wagon because it's a bit of a heavy thing. I built it out of white oak, and I don't think I'd do that again. Well, I don't know. It's really nice. It's starting to show its age, though. There's bee poop everywhere, and yeah, so it's pretty heavy to move around. So I've went into a swarm actually that I caught. I've caught 7 swarms, I think, and I don't think they have more than one queen among them. I don't get what's going on there, but so this just has glass that slides down in here. The top is not on. It just screws on up here to hold everything in. It doesn't have any latches or locks, but you need a screwdriver to get in it. This is built from some plans I found on Bee Source a few years back. It's good plans. I wouldn't say that the plans have the best joinery ever. A lot of butt joints and whatnot. So I wasn't too crazy about that, but pick it up here and show you the other side. So this side of this frame is all open larva, and the queen is in there. I picked her up and I marked her. The frame of honey that I put in here is leaking down the glass. So it's a bit of a mess, but I'm sure the bees will lick it up. Yeah, so that's the observation hive. And these blinds are very important because if the sun shines in there, it becomes a bee oven. I end up with a lot of roasted bees. So put the blinds in, keep the bees in the dark. It reminds me of somewhere I used to work. Now I know there's lots of people who've been watching the rebuild here over the summer, and it's been pretty incredible, to be honest. It's been really incredible. And so they asked me, well, how many you have? And I hadn't counted, so I just did a count for you. There are 51 at my outyards, and there are 109 heartbeats here. So if my math is correct, that's 160. And that's a pretty amazing testament. That's an awesome testament to how generous people are. You've seen the rebuild, buying queens, buying nucs, making nucs, getting queens from others, getting a few nucs from others. This last round of nucs that Ian provided, they turned out pretty good. You know, he said there's going to be probably a third of them no good, and that was about what it turned out to be. But the ones that were good were very, very good. They're looking nice. So I don't know what more I can say on that, but thank you. The 3 that I came out of winter with are still here. They're still doing well, and I'm going to be pulling honey soon, so I have to start to do some varroa washes and then get some treatments going if warranted, which we all know it'll likely be warranted. So that's the thing. Now, I alluded to pulling honey perhaps in the near future,
So this week there hasn't been much going on except just plodding through the cleaning up and setting up of the honey house. It seems an endless task, but I am making progress. Every day I work in there and make some progress. I should have been in there when the weather was hot, but the work out here couldn't wait, and I can't do that kind of work here today. Well, I can, but it's a lot harder. The bees get cranky, and boy, I did a little bit of stuff here, and they let me know that I shouldn't be messing around. So setting up the honey house is about all that's happening, and that's boring stuff. I mean, it's not interesting setting up, it's just cleaning and moving stuff around and whatnot. It's not interesting. So I apologize if I don't detail that task. I appreciate you watching. Thanks for watching my video on the hive lifter. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was comprehensive enough. And I have no relationship to that company other than the fact that I know the guy personally. I wouldn't say we're close. He's a good guy, and I think he builds a quality product, and you know, he's a good guy to deal with. So that's my only relationship to him. You know, he didn't ask me to do videos. He hasn't sponsored me at all, videos or anything like that. So there's nothing like that going on. I enjoy the product, and that's it. Got to get this hive back and secure it. I just put it in my building where the air conditioner is, and they can sit in there, stay cool until they pick the hive up in the morning. Take care and have fun.